Today I got time, cuz.
And welcome back. I am Joey One Shinobi with yet another trailer reaction. It's to a movie that's coming out this November called Devotion, and it stars Jonathan Majors as well as Glenn Powell. You probably remember Jonathan Majors as the star of the Lovecraft Country series as he played the character Atticus, but he's also going to be the new big bad in the Marvel Cinematic Universe playing Kang the Conqueror. We saw him in the Loki series that came out earlier this year, late last year, earlier this year, I forget. But anyway, let's take a look at this trailer and see what's going on with Devotion.
Ready, set, hit!
You're the only person I ever met who belonged in the sky. Just remember you belong down here with us too, okay?
Your commanding officer called you one of the best pilots he's ever seen. It must be hard being the
naval aviator? Absolutely.
The whole world's looking different.
Did you ever think that you'd be in a squadron with a colored aviator?
Lieutenant Tom Hudner. Jesse Brown. It's good to meet you.
We're taking a slight detour on the way home. Say again?
What are you gonna find out about your wingman cruising at 10,000 feet, Lieutenant? Put him in a little bit of trouble. Who knows? We might get a peek at who he really is.
The North Koreans came pouring over the 38th parallel.
Our guys need help, and we're up.
We knew this day might come.
Yeah, it doesn't make it any easier.
The most important thing is this. We bring everyone home.
Mistakes get us killed.
Can't tell you how many times people have told me to give up, quit, die even. One can't always do what you're told.
It's a mag!
If I did, I wouldn't be here.
What do you want me to do?
Just be my wingman.
Red fire, Jesse!
The real battle in all of life is being someone that people can count on.
show off.
That was pretty good.
It's good.
Oh wow, that movie looks very exciting. I hope Glenn Powell isn't being typecast. If anybody saw Top Gun Maverick this past summer, or this summer I should say, you know that he plays the character Hangman, who is also an aviator. But before I get into my personal critique of the trailer, I wanted to go over a little bit of information on this Battle of the Chosen. It looks like this was actually a real battle. As you can see in the trailer, it is based on real life events. It was called the Battle of the Chosen Reservoir that actually took place from November 26, 1950 to December 13, 1950. This is the Battle of the Chosen Reservoir. It's also known as the Chosen Reservoir Campaign for the Battle for the Lake Changjin. It looks like during that particular time, this was at the height of the beginning of the Korean War, and a lot of sacrifices were made. I looked up Jesse Leroy Brown. If that ain't a brother's name, I don't know what is. But it says that Jesse Leroy Brown was an ensign in the U.S. Navy, and he was the recipient of the Distinguished Flying Cross. When I looked a little bit deeper into Jesse Brown, you know, this was the 1950s. So he was dealing with a lot of racial segregation, racism, you name it, in the segregated South. He was born in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So you can just imagine what it was like being this brother coming up in that time. and then going off to fight for a country who never really fought for him. But looking at this information, it says that Jesse flew over 20 combat missions before his F-4U Corsair aircraft came under fire and crashed on a remote mountaintop on December 4th, 1950, while supporting ground troops at the Battle of the Chosin Reservoir. It says Brown died of his wounds despite the efforts of wingman Thomas Hudner, which is played by Powell, who intentionally crashed his aircraft in a rescue attempt for which he was awarded the Medal of Honor. When I looked at the numbers for the Battle of the Chosin, there were 120,000, not just North Korean, but also Chinese soldiers going up against 30,000 US and UN soldiers. So the heroic efforts of Jesse Leroy Brown helped a lot of US soldiers get home. And because of that, I want to look over some of the comments for the people who were talking in this in the comment section of this trailer. One person says, "My uncle served in the US Marine Corps during Korea. He survived the Battle of the Chosin Reservoir. He was one of the chosen. Because of the sacrifice of men like Jesse Leroy Brown, he was able to come home and live a long life. Thank you, Jesse Brown, for your service and sacrifice. R.I.P." And a lot of people don't think about how they say freedom isn't free. The price of freedom is usually with lives. Someone else says, "I feel like we're gonna see Jonathan Majors and Glenn Powell as leading men on a regular basis for the next 20 years. They're both so freaking good." Yes, I agree. I love Glenn Powell's portrayal of Hangman in the Maverick Top Gun film. Jonathan Majors, I've been following him. The Harder They Fall, the Netflix Black Cowboy movie. He was really good in that film. Everything I've ever seen him in. And I hear he's also going to be playing opposite Michael B. Jordan in the next Creed movie. But let's go forward. It says, "Hermoso no pudo esper hesta novembre quiero ver ya." I know I shouldn't be doing this. I got a habit of reading these foreign language comments, but the translation says beautiful. I knew Hermosa meant beautiful. I knew that. It says beautiful. I can't wait until November. I want to see it now. I agree. I can't wait to see this film myself. It looks so good, especially looking at it from the standpoint of the historical account and what Jesse Leroy Brown did. He had a quote, something he said before he went on his final mission, or before he became a pilot. I'm sorry, not his final mission. But he says, "If I become a pilot, every black man can become anything he wants to be in the Navy. I'm the beginning of things to come." And not just the Navy, but period. You know, I appreciate what he was saying, but he was still knocking down walls, breaking barriers, and we can always appreciate those, especially the ones that do break down those barriers, especially considering where we as melanin-rich people come from in this country. Last comment says, "As a Marine, no longer on active duty, I knew about this and it was taught to us. This actually brought tears to my eyes. I have Marine brothers I die for without a doubt in my mind. If they called me today and said I need help, I'm on my way. No questions asked. Whether they were a white farm boy from Iowa or a dude born on the island of Puerto Rico, I'm going. We better get past this damn hate. It's killing us." I agree. Racial tensions in this country have been out of control since the inception of this country. Hatred, it really has no place. When people become brothers in arms and in any situation, you wish that we could just not put so much emphasis on color, but on the character of the person. But with that being said, my assessment of the trailer, it looks like a very action-packed movie. It does look like a day one. It does not look like a rental. It has 2 highly profiled actors in it whose profile keeps rising and rising. We can only appreciate the skills of Jonathan Majors and Glenn Powell. At least I can. I don't know about you, but this is a day one for me. I do hope to see you there. Tell me what you think in the comments. I hope I didn't spoil the end for you by telling you what happens to Jesse Leroy Brown, but it is a historical account. It's not like you couldn't have looked this information up on your own. That being said, like, comment, subscribe. Jovi out.
Today I got time, cuz.